Hello and welcome to Thomann Brass and Winds. You've made it to part 3 of our in-depth look at trumpet mouthpieces. And since we're talking about depth, let's dive right into it. Today's topic, cup depth and shape. Probably the most talked about feature among trumpet players and also the most misunderstood. Let me let you in on a little secret. You could argue that the cup is the tonal center of the mouthpiece. Here's where the first big misconception comes in. Many players think it's that simple. Deeper cup equals a dark, rich, velvety sound, and a shallow cup equals a brighter, piercing lead trumpet scream fest. And while some elements of that might be true to some extent, the bigger picture is your sound starts with you. The core principles of producing sound at any given range must be developed first, regardless of the mouthpiece and cup depth used. The cup can shape it, but it can't create it. What the cup really does is affect how much air it holds. A deeper cup holds more air, so it requires more effort to get the air moving fast enough to play efficiently. For us brass players, that means that the deeper the cup, the harder we have to blow to create velocity. So, if we're chasing efficiency, like quick attacks, stable intonation, ease across the range, then hey, why not just grab the smallest mouthpiece you can find and call it a day? Problem solved, right? Yeah, no, wouldn't be that nice. But here's the deal. Shallow cups can amplify higher frequencies, which can help with the upper register. Deeper cups, on the other hand, emphasize lower frequencies, supporting a darker sound and easier low-range playing. But, again, shallow doesn't mean instant lead trumpet hero, and deep doesn't mean instant symphonic powerhouse. The right cup depth for you depends on your lip shape, your natural tone, your airflow, and most importantly, how it feels and sounds when you play. You see, a person's thicker lips fill out more of the cup than the thinner lips of the next person. This means there's less cup left over for it to be filled with air. That again means that cup depth is a relative principle. But how do I know if a mouthpiece is too deep or too shallow? Too deep, you might struggle with endurance, pitch, or response. Too shallow, you might lose articulation, your sound is pinched, and your lip even bottoms out into the cup. As the great Alan Visuti once said, people should play the smallest mouthpiece they can play well, with a sound that they want to have, and the correct sound for the job they're in. So, what do we do with all this information, I hear you ask? Here in front of me, I've got the Bach 3 series, all with the same rim diameter at around 16.3 millimeters, but with cup depth ranging from A, which is really deep, up until F, which is really shallow. By playing the same excerpt with different cup sizes, I want to demonstrate you the differences in tonal quality and efficiency. Let's listen to the differences. I could manage to play all of them, but not all with the same efficiency. The deeper cups felt like more work. I had to push harder to keep the pitch steady. And the shallower ones? Sure, the high notes sizzled and my chops gave out after a few tries. So shout out to Minor Ferguson for doing that for hours and hours. But if I had to choose 2 mouthpieces to cover up my needs, I would choose the 3E for my commercial and lead work, and probably the 3C for my everyday standard playing. I use the standard C cup throughout the whole performance here, because personally I steer clear of the V cups. They offer slightly different playing characteristics, and for my naturally brighter tone, the standard C cup gives me a bit more warmth, and that's what I'm looking for. But for players with a darker core sound, a V cup might add just that right sparkle. So, what's your experience with cup depth and or shape? Let me know in the comments below. I hope this episode helped you out, and don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. See you soon.